Welcome into Knicks Media live on Bleacher Report because it's game 4. An opportunity to tie up the series at 2 apiece. Knicks trail 2-1 after coming back from yet another 20-point deficit in game 3 against the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks will look to get back-to-back wins on the road and even up the series at 2 apiece before we head back to Madison Square Garden for game 5. You can argue tonight is the biggest game. I mean, every game that comes forward feels like the biggest game of the year. But the Knicks have a real chance of winning this series if they can take care of business tonight, folks. And I'm here live right now to explain exactly how they can execute a W. We are coming off a fantastic game from Karl Anthony Towns in the clutch, folks. Big Karl Anthony Towns came through when it mattered the most. Saved the season for the New York Knicks. Somebody that was up and down all throughout the playoffs for New York, who had an awful first 3 quarters of that game in game number 3. You go on Knicks Twitter, everybody's saying, let's get rid of Karl Anthony Towns this offseason. Let's trade him for Giannis. Let's get him off our team. And then all of a sudden he explodes for 20 points in the fourth quarter, hitting big shot after big shot, step back 3, attacking the rim, finishing through contact, dunking on people and one, hitting his free throws, having the offensive explosion this Knicks team desperately needed. And on top of that, Tom Thibodeau made crazy adjustments by getting guys like Delon Wright on the court. Delon Wright, who did not have any minutes with the New York Knicks in the playoffs so far until game 3. You talk about a player that has no reason to be on the court other than Tom Thibodeau going deep into the bench to make some adjustments. You want adjustments, folks? That's an adjustment. We have Mitchell Robinson in the starting 5. We had Delon Wright and Landry Shamet on the court together. I mean, that is really interesting. The lineup of Delon Wright and Landry Shamet actually worked. Now, the question is, will Tom Thibodeau go to the bench and rely on them all over again? Because Landry Shamet provided a spark. So did Wright. There was one play in particular that happened during game 3 that kind of shifted the momentum. Landry Shamet drawing an offensive foul on Obi Toppin. Knicks were trailing by around 13, double digits. And Landry Shamet draws an offensive foul, gets up, shows some fire, shows some passion, flexes, screams, yells. And I'm like, hey, that's the passion right there that this Knicks team is missing. That's the passion that this Knicks team is missing right there. Where is that passion? How come Landry Shamet's showing it and our other guys aren't? And all of a sudden, it became contagious, folks. It became contagious. Deuce McBride, big-time minutes off the bench. He is somebody that was absolutely fantastic for the Knicks. Deuce McBride coming in off the bench, providing an immediate spark, blocking people at the rim, hitting shots. Big fan of Deuce McBride, man. His defense has been a beautiful thing to watch in the NBA playoffs. And I feel like his aggression to go to the rim, finish through contact, the Knicks got a special one in Deuce McBride, man. I'm telling you right now. And it's up to Tom Thibodeau to find minutes for him. He needs to get on the court. And we've been asking Tom Thibodeau to adjust all throughout the playoffs, all throughout the season. He's finally doing it. He finally did it. Now, that worked in game 3. Now the Indiana Pacers know what to expect. They're going to adjust themselves. And I think a big adjustment that Tom Thibodeau made, which is very important, is they went defensive heavy in the fourth quarter. Jalen Brunson was on the bench in the fourth quarter, all the way up until 1 minute left. Now, big fan of Jalen Brunson, we all are. But he's in foul trouble a lot, and he's a defensive liability. And all of a sudden, the Knicks had a defensive-minded players on the court mixed in with the offensive firepower of Karl Anthony Towns, and it all worked. It worked. Knicks were getting stops, crashing rebounds, pushing the ball in transition. You started seeing Knick basketball. So if the Knicks can go on the road and steal game 4, you come back home for game 5 at tied 2 apiece. We got a real series, folks. Because the Knicks going down 3-1, that's not going to be an easy thing to climb out of. the miracle of the 20-point deficit the Knicks overcame in Game 3 is going to mean nothing unless the Knicks win this series. We want to look back on that Game 3 of Karl Anthony Towns having a monster fourth quarter. We want to remember that. And it's up to Cat to replicate it for 48 minutes. Why was he playing so bad for the first 3 quarters? In foul trouble, had 4 points, had no impact. Where was he throughout the entire game? That's something I hope he can fix. Play for 48 minutes. Be a monster. Attack the rim. Show some heart. Show some resilience. And he did that in the fourth, but we want it all 48 minutes. We don't want to go down big. All right? Big shout out to Mitchell Robinson. His first start in the playoffs this series in this year, and he was flawless. Immediate impact. This is somebody that the Pacers have no answer for. And I think that there's a weakness now that the Indiana Pacers have that the Knicks are going to start to exploit. They don't have a lot of depth in the front court. They got Miles Turner, but outside of that, they don't got any backup big. And Miles Turner is a liability defensively on the perimeter. Cat was going to the rim easily every single time he needed to, attacking the rim, finishing through the rim. So I think if I'm Cat, if I'm Robinson, I'm attacking Miles Turner early, get him into foul trouble. I mean, Turner is a heck of a player. He can shoot the ball. He's great offensively. He can protect the rim, block shots, no doubt about it. But from a perimeter defense perspective, he's a liability, and the New York Knicks must exploit it. All right? Josh Hart is another player I wanted to talk about because he's the one that got relegated to the bench, but he still played a lot of minutes, still had a big-time role, hit 2 critical free throws, and had a critical defensive rebound. And if you guys remember, Josh Hart said 2 years ago while he was mic'd up, I get rebounds that break teams. That rebound that he secured at the end of regulation of Game 3, the end of the game, that right there are the rebounds that he's referring to. He gets rebounds that break teams, throwing his body out there on the line and getting the rebounds and hitting his free throws. Let's not forget how the Knicks blew Game 1. We missed our free throws. If we just hit free throws, we would be up 2-1 instead of down 2-1. But the Knicks hit their free throws, Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson down the stretch. So I think the Knicks have to keep making adjustments, and all eyes are on Tom Thibodeau right now. Tom Thibodeau, he's got some interesting adjustments that he made, 100%. And I can tell you right now, if those adjustments that he made with getting Landry Shamet in the game, right? Getting Delon Wright in the game. If the Knicks lost, people will be saying, Tom Thibodeau has no idea what he's doing. Fire him right now. But since he won that game, I think he deserves some credit. Absolutely. Now, no one's going to be praising Tom Thibodeau until the Knicks win the series, get to the NBA Finals. But I can tell you right now, Knicks fans are fed up with Tibbs, and he went deep into the bench. All of a sudden, the Knicks have a 9-man rotation. We got Deuce. Now Josh Hart's on the bench. Shamet. Right? That's 9 people. That's deep. Cameron Payne, I'd even get some Precious minutes. Go 10. Let's run. Let's play some Knicks basketball. We got a deep team if you give them the opportunity. And I think that the Knicks clawing back and fighting back and the way that they did in Game 3, that the momentum is now on the Knicks side. So you mix the momentum on the Knicks side with them being road warriors, now 6-1 on the road. The Knicks really have a chance. Jalen Brunson's averaging 34 points per game this series. If he can put up his usual 30+, Cat can put up some 25+. Maybe OG can continue his offensive ability. Where's Bridges at? Mikal Bridges had a terrible game. Like, there's so many weapons on this team where the reason why so many people felt confident in the Knicks to win the series is because I think you look at the Knicks roster, they're just a better team than the Pacers from a talent perspective. But what the Pacers do so well is they play together, they play fast, they play a style of basketball that is hard to keep up with. They're deep, they beat you with a lot of different bodies. But the Knicks got legit stars on their team. We know what Mikal Bridges is capable of when he's playing at his best. We know what OG Anunoby is capable of when he's playing at his best. You mix that in with JB and Cat and Mitchell Robinson, like, there's a reason why the Knicks are 3 wins away from the Eastern Conference Finals. This is no fluke, folks. So I'm looking at you, Mikal Bridges. We need all hands on deck. Like, we can't have you missing easy mid-range shots. We can't have you missing in-rhythm three-pointers. Like, you got to get confident in yourself, which will ooze into the rest of the team. Because I think the key of this series, in my opinion, outside of individual play, it's team defense. How can this Knicks team lock up on defense, man? And that starts with our 2 wings, Bridges and Anunoby. They got to be the one to set the tone. Mikal Bridges got to stay on Halliburton. Don't let him get easy shots. OG got to get into the passing lanes, force turnovers. Don't get into foul trouble. The Pacers right now, what they've done so well is they're attacking Brunson defensively, getting him into foul trouble. They know Brunson is a liability with the defense. And something else that I think everybody's noticing, there's a stat out there that is very interesting, is that the Knicks play their best basketball when Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson are not on the court together. They're on the court at separate times. So how does Tom Thibodeau adjust to that? Right? I think that's very interesting. Because Jalen Brunson, when he's on the court with 4 good defenders, the Knicks have a good net rating. And vice versa. When Karl-Anthony Towns is on the court without Jalen Brunson, the Knicks have a phenomenal net rating. So I think that needs to be an adjustment. If I'm Thibodeau, as much as we want Brunson and Towns running this team and being a dynamic duo on the court together, we're realizing right now it's not working when they're on the court together, and that's okay. Adjust. Get Cat out of the game early. Let Brunson run the show to finish the first quarter, and then let Cat run the show to start off the second quarter. Like, let them go back and forth. Because that lineup to start off the fourth quarter that we had in Game 3, that was a winning lineup. Cat on the floor with Josh Hart, Deuce McBride, Delon Wright, and Landry Shamet. That lineup worked. Sub out Shamet, bring in OG, maybe. I mean, it worked. And I think that the Knicks may have found something. You got to go deep and trust all the work that this Knicks team put in this entire season in the gym and practice, training camp. Like, this is what it's all about. They got to put everything on the line. They got to treat this game like an elimination game, because I'm telling you right now, they lose tonight. Coming back from 3-1 is going to be very difficult, extremely difficult. You're going to have to win 3 straight games. You don't want to have to worry about that. You can even up the series and then also reclaim home court advantage with a win tonight. The Knicks can get home court advantage back in their favor tonight with a win. And I know people are like, yeah, well, the Knicks don't really play well at home. Well, a win tonight, it turns into a 3-game series, 2 out of the 3 at MSG. I like our odds. Man. The New York Knicks have proven they play fantastic basketball when they're on the road. I wish they played as good at home. They did finish off the Boston series with 2 wins at home. Blew out the Celtics by 40 points in Game 6 to secure that series. But if the Knicks can win tonight and they come home from Indiana with 2 wins in a row, now there's some energy. Now there's some momentum behind the Knicks heading into Game 5 with the series tied at 2 apiece. So, big game tonight, man. I'm fired up for it. What's your guys' predictions? I mean, it would feel good to have a stress-free win, but the Knicks just, I mean, they showed they're capable of blowing out teams. They did in Game 6, but the Pacers don't seem like a team that you could blow out, man. They play too fast. They got too many guys, and I'm not sitting here getting greedy like, yeah, blow them out. No, the Pacers are a very good basketball team. They're in the Eastern Conference Finals for a reason. They're 2 wins away from the NBA Finals for a reason. Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam is a guy that I don't think anybody saw this coming. You talk about somebody that is playing their best basketball of their career, it's Pascal Siakam. He is having an absolutely sensational series. Game 2 was unreal. The guy put up, 39 points? So the Knicks got to match that. I trust this team. I'm not giving up. A lot of Knicks fans gave up in the middle of Game 3. And listen, I understand why. I almost did. The Knicks were showing no heart, no energy. But for some reason, whenever this Knicks team is backed against the walls and the odds are stacked against them, that's when everything starts to click. It's weird, but that's the reality of this team. They're built on overcoming the impossible. They're built on the odds being stacked against them and them overcoming it. And maybe them going down 0-2 and coming back from a 20-point deficit in Game 3 to win is the spark they needed to go to the NBA Finals. Because I want to remind everybody watching this, the Knicks have a chance to go to the championship. It's never been like, I think people are getting lost in this series and forgetting whoever wins this series moves on to the finals, bro. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they're up 3-1. Most likely they're coming out of the West, if I had to guess. I thought they were going to win heading into that series, and they're really good. And I don't even want to think about matching up with the Thunder because we haven't even beat the Pacers, and we're down in this series. But you never know what is possible in this sport. That's what makes basketball so awesome. The sport of basketball is beautiful because it's a game of runs. The series is all about runs. Who's got the momentum? Whose shots are falling? Whose shots are not falling? Who wants it more? And the shots stopped falling for the Pacers late in that fourth quarter, and the shots started to fall for the New York Knicks. And the momentum is on the Knicks side. You can feel a sense of fear start coming up in the Indiana Pacers now because they know if they lose this game, all the momentum swings. And I'm here to tell you right now, the Pacers better not lose this series because that Tyrese Halliburton choke photo is going to haunt them all offseason. That was too premature, Tyrese. Because now the Knicks have that as bulletin board material to use it as fuel, as they absolutely should. So that's exciting me. And it should excite you too, man. The Knicks have a chance to pull off something special. Now, we do have some injury news for the Pacers, right? Aaron Nesmith, he is questionable with an ankle injury. That's big. Even if he plays, he's not going to be at 100%. He's a big, big reason why the Pacers are a good team. Probably their unsung hero. He is the single-handedly reason why they won Game 1. I mean, the guy went nuclear, put up 8 threes, 8 for 9. That was traumatizing. But him being a little bit banged up, not at 100%, hopefully goes in the favor of the Knicks. I have a feeling he's going to play. I mean, unless they want to save him and let him rest, get ready for the back end of the series. But whether he plays or not, the Knicks got to win this game, man. He's a lockdown shooter, and the Knicks got to contain him. And there's one guy on the Pacers that I think every single Knicks fan can agree is probably their least favorite player on the entire team. I mean, I know a lot of people hate Tyrese Halliburton, but there's this one guy off the bench that is just a thorn in everybody's, you know what? TJ McConnell, bro. Can we put a body on this guy tonight? Can somebody defend him? I'm so sick of watching TJ McConnell coming off the bench and just score at will. Drive into the paint, fade away, money every time. The guy is an automatic bucket, automatic 12 points off the bench immediately. Can we limit that? Can we strap this guy up? I mean, can we put a body on him? Can we get physical? Can somebody foul him hard? Like, this is the playoffs. This isn't no, ticky-tacky. Foul him hard. Let him know that we're here. I'm sick of this guy just easily blowing by, getting a screen, dribbling underneath the basket, turn around, baby, fade away, and his money every time. Somebody put a body on this guy, bro. Don't let him get comfortable. Let him fear coming to the basket. Let Mitchell Robinson foul him hard early. Set the tone. I don't know. Whoever it has to be. I'm not saying get a flagrant foul or do anything violent or malicious, but body check him. The Knicks got to assert themselves in this game. Let their presence be felt, right? There's a lot on the line tonight. And I'm really excited to see the Karl-Anthony Towns encore. Because if he could carry that fourth quarter into the whole game or the rest of the series, the Knicks are winning this series. And I can say that with confidence. If we see the version of Karl-Anthony Towns that we saw in the fourth quarter of Game 3 tonight and the rest of the series for 48 minutes, we're winning this series. But that's an if. There's no guarantee Cat does that. He's got to be aggressive. It's up to him, bro. Because I don't really see Cat being that aggressive and failing. He's that talented. I think Cat's problem has been lack of aggression, lack of confidence, lack of asserting himself into this team. Like the first 3 quarters, the guy had 4 points, barely shot, and was ticky-tacky with the fouls, whining too much. We don't need that. Have good body language. Start off fast and make your presence be felt. Take your shots, attack the rim, because that's what this team needs. Now, Jalen Brunson is interesting because you look at the box score, the guy's lighting it up, but you watch the games, Jalen Brunson's got to fix a few things if we really want to win this series. He's got to stay out of foul trouble, man. Some of these fouls he's committing are very avoidable, and it's a detriment to the team. He can't be in foul trouble. The Pacers are doing that on purpose. They're attacking him. They're switching. They're forcing the defense to switch with Brunson having the guard, Halliburton or Nesmith attacking, or whoever the case may be. Whoever has the ball that Jalen Brunson's guarding, they are attacking and forcing him to get in foul trouble. Brunson's got to be smart, man. No ticky-tacky weird fouls because he's too valuable. And I'm hearing a lot of people say that, Jalen Brunson should not have been checked in the game in Game 1 with 5 minutes left. The Knicks were rolling without him, and that's why we lost. Well, Thibodeau adjusted in Game 3. The guy did not touch the floor until a minute and a half left, which was perfect timing because he got a clutch bucket. Jalen Brunson is the best player in the NBA offensively in the clutch. Defensively, not the case. Which is why Miles McBride has become such a valuable weapon to this team, man. You talk about a player that you can trust down the stretch to not only hit a big shot, but to defend at a high level, stay on Tyrese Halliburton, switch, communicate. I'm a big fan of Deuce McBride, man. He's one of my favorite players on the Knicks for that reason, bro. He's one of my favorite players on the Knicks for that reason. So I am fired up tonight. I'll be doing a live watch party on my channel. If you guys want to come through to that on YouTube, feel free. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're live all throughout the series on Knicks Media, and I cannot thank you guys enough, man. I really, really can't. You guys supporting me has been awesome. Man, I am on another level right now of excitement because you look at what the New York Knicks can do in this series. They can close it out. They can go out there and close this series out if they can stretch out this game and win. Now, obviously, we're not winning the series with a win tonight. We're evening it up at 2 apiece, but the momentum will be on our side, and I guarantee you this, all of a sudden the Pacers are going to start worrying, man. Game 5 at MSG with the series tied 2-2, the Eastern Conference Finals. You best believe the New York Knicks are going to be ready to go, but we cannot get there without a W tonight, okay? You got to go game by game. You can't look ahead. You got to focus what's ahead of you. And what's ahead of this Knicks team is the first quarter. You got to win each quarter. Okay? Because we got way too far in this season for it to fail like this. And the season was saved. Oh, thank gosh the season was saved in Game 3. Without Karl-Anthony Towns stepping up the way that he did and the defense showing up, man, we would be down 0-3 with a fear of getting swept. That would have been brutal, bro. But that's not the case. This Knicks team has showed resilience and heart all throughout the regular season, all throughout the postseason. This Knicks team plays their best version of themselves whenever they are counted out. The Knicks go down 0-2, losing both games at home, and all of a sudden, the Knicks are being talked about by being swept at halftime of Game 3. And everybody in the Knicks community started to doubt the Knicks, and the Knicks responded, bro. That is what this team is about. They're built on overcoming ridiculous odds. Nobody had the Knicks even competing with the Boston Celtics. They go into Boston and win 1 and 2 games on the road before Tatum got hurt, which is the kiss of death. I know the Pacers did that to us, but hopefully we can overcome it. And the Knicks were able to escape round 2. The Knicks got through the defending world champions, and now we have a red-hot Indiana Pacers team that's coming off a tough loss. They're going to have their adjustments. There's never been a greater time right now than this Knicks team to go out there and execute at the highest level possible, bro. Tom Thibodeau, what you got for us tonight? What is going to be your adjustments? Mitchell Robinson in the starting 5. That is an interesting adjustment. Josh Hart going to the bench. Playing Wright and Shaman on the court together. There's a lot of interesting energies going on, and the Knicks prioritizing defense, I think, has been a very good thing because that's the identity. That's the backbone of a Tom Thibodeau squad, folks. The identity of a Tom Thibodeau squad is about defense, hustling, rebounding, letting the game come to you, playing on a string, communicating. On defense specifically, rotations are very important in a Tom Thibodeau defense. When the ball starts moving and you're on defense, you got to be able to find your man and rotate on the back end. And they did a great job in the fourth quarter doing that. There's a lot of sometimes miscommunications you see when the defense breaks down and there's a wide open player down low. That can't happen. We saw that in overtime in game 1, where it's just like the Knicks defense was non-existent in game 1 in the clutch. It was brutal. That's how the Knicks were able to beat the Celtics the way that they did. That's how the Knicks were able to beat the Pacers the way they did in game 3. That's the Knicks' identity. They play suffocating defense in the clutch, mixed in with Jalen Brunson hitting clutch buckets. That's what this Knicks team is all about. That's the brand of New York City basketball, and we got to get this job done tonight so we can go home to MSG with the series tied 2-2 with a chance to go up 3-2 heading into game 6. That is what's at stake here, folks. A chance to go to the NBA Finals. Do you have any idea what that means? No Knicks fan could even dream about what that would be like. It's been so long. If I told you heading into the season, the New York Knicks will be in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Indiana Pacers, you would probably think that there's a good chance that the Knicks can make it to the finals. And they do. So I'm looking at our captain, Jalen Brunson. I'm looking at Karl Anthony Towns. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, all the boys got to step up tonight, bro. There's no excuse. We're fully healthy, too. All offseason last year, we had a reasonable excuse. We were injuries. We're fully healthy, man. You need luck on your side to go to the finals, and the Knicks got some luck right now. And that luck is health. Even the Pacers are banged up with Nesmith potentially out tonight. Even if he does play, he's got an injury. And we have breaking news. Nesmith is playing tonight, which I expected. But he's going to be on one leg. There's no excuse for this New York Knicks team. They've never had a better chance to go to the NBA Finals and win the Eastern Conference than right here. The two teams that people were worried about, Boston and Cleveland, are out. We're going up against an Indiana Pacers team that I think we match up very well against. The backs are against the wall. And then Pacers are going to start playing really good basketball tonight. It's up to the Knicks to stay poised, stay collected, chip away, and go win this basketball game by any stretch of the imagination. I'm fired up. Let's go Knicks, man. Let's go Knicks. Got to give a big shout out to my boy Moose City for sending in a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Moose City. He says, my dude, been watching the Knicks now thanks to your channel. I never was into basketball, but I'm loving watching the Knicks right now. Absolutely love to hear that. We're getting some Jets fans in the New York Knicks. That brings joy to my heart, Moose City. Do you realize that? That brings joy to my heart. So I love you, Moose City. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. That was awesome. You really are very, very generous, my friend. So reminder, folks, we will be live tonight for the watch party. Nesmith will be playing tonight. All right? Good. Let him play. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear, oh, well, Nesmith was hurt. That's why the Pacers lost. No. I want to beat the Pacers at full strength. I ain't running from nobody. Folks, I got to run. I will see you guys tonight for the watch party. Much love. Let's go Knicks.